Beloved chosen one, listen carefully. Heaven has pressed pause on everything around you for this very moment. The wind in your spirit is not coincidence. It is the breath of God stirring you awake. Something divine is approaching, and all of creation is beginning to whisper the same word: Friday. It may look like an ordinary day on the calendar, but in the realms of the unseen, Friday carries a frequency, a movement, a divine unfolding that the natural world cannot yet perceive. You can already feel it, can't you? That quiet pressure in your chest, the sense that something beyond your comprehension is about to manifest. Every distraction is intensified lately, every spiritual noise trying to drown out your focus. But this right here, right now, is heaven's alarm bell ringing inside your soul. You are being called out of ordinary rhythm into divine alignment. You are being summoned to wake up, because what's coming is not small, it is not subtle, it is bigger than you think. There's a reason your spirit feels restless lately. You've sensed the turbulence in the air but didn't know how to describe it. The earth itself groans when a new move of God draws near. You've noticed sudden shifts, relationships fading, doors closing unexpectedly. None of it was random. The hand of God was reordering everything around you, pruning distractions, preparing your soil for an outpouring that will arrive like lightning. Friday is not just a date, it's a doorway. Chosen one, heaven has been whispering your name in the secret chambers of eternity. You've walked through seasons where silence felt like punishment, but silence was preparation. The delay was divine design. For years you have wondered if God forgot your prayers, but He didn't. He was fortifying you. He was making sure your spirit could carry what He is about to deliver. Because what's coming on Friday isn't something you stumble into, it's something you're chosen for. Don't let fear deceive you into shrinking back now. The warfare has been intense because the enemy senses what's approaching. The battles in your mind, the fatigue, the sudden opposition, all of it was hell's last attempt to make you doubt who you are. But you are not ordinary. You are marked. You are a divine carrier of light in a world that is desperate for illumination. Listen, there's a line being drawn in this moment. On one side, those who will sleep through the awakening. On the other, those who feel the vibration of heaven and rise to answer it. Which side will you stand on? Because when the clock turns toward Friday, the wind of change will sweep through those who are ready, and everything will shift. This message is not by chance. This is your confirmation. Heaven sent this across the noise of the internet to find you right now. You didn't scroll here randomly, you were led. For years you have prayed for clarity, for signs, for something that tells you the waiting wasn't in vain. This is it. Heaven is saying, hold your position. Keep your oil ready. Don't walk away right before the unveiling. As the prophet Joel declared in the 2nd chapter, verse 28, "And it shall come to pass afterward, that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions." That's what's happening. Chosen one. You are standing in the prophecy's fulfillment. The Spirit is stirring. Dreams are awakening. Visions are unfolding, and you are part of it. You are not waiting for revival. You are the revival heaven is sending. This is your time to anchor your faith. Speak it aloud. I am ready for what heaven is bringing. The walls that held you in will tremble because your declaration carries power. Do not underestimate what God can do in a single day. One sunrise can shift an entire lifetime. And as you receive this word, make it known. Be bold in your witness. Let your voice echo in the digital wilderness. Share this message. Like it and subscribe so you stay aligned when the next divine signal is released. You are not here to consume, you are here to carry the flame. Before you scroll away, seal this moment with action. Heaven sees every act of faith, even the smallest one. Type your prophetic number below as a sign of agreement with what's unfolding. It's more than a comment, it's a declaration that you've heard heaven's call and you're responding. Comment your number 7 on this one below, heaven's sign of completion and divine alignment. Heaven watches as you move in faith. Chosen one. The act may seem small, a simple comment, a quiet whisper, but in the spiritual realm, it thunders like a trumpet. Angels record obedience, not noise. Every step of belief builds the bridge between promise and manifestation. Your response today unlocks the motion of Friday's miracle, so lift your eyes and breathe in expectation. The heavens are not silent anymore, they are roaring your name. The countdown has already begun. Stay alert, stay faithful, and stay connected, because when the dawn of Friday breaks, everything hidden will rise into light and your destiny will no longer wait. Chosen one. Something is shifting in the unseen realm tonight. The air feels heavier, doesn't it? That's not your imagination, it's the movement of heaven preparing for release. Angels have been dispatched. Unseen hands are rearranging circumstances, and the Spirit of God is hovering over the chaos that once tried to break you. The noise of the world may have grown louder, but the whisper of heaven is stronger. This is not random. This is orchestration. The divine timeline has begun to turn. You have felt the pressure, the stillness, the isolation. Those were not punishments, they were recalibrations. God has been positioning you in silence because what's about to happen requires precision. There are seasons where God hides his chosen so the enemy cannot intercept the assignment. You have been hidden, not forgotten. Concealed, not abandoned. Every tear you've cried became a seed, and heaven is about to command the harvest. The stirring you sense is not anxiety, it's recognition. Your spirit is discerning that heaven is close. The boundaries of the natural are trembling because the supernatural is pressing through. The old patterns, the familiar delays, they are being dismantled. The enemy knows that if you endure this moment without giving up, his grip on your destiny will shatter completely. That is why the attacks have intensified. Every voice that tried to make you doubt yourself was a last, desperate attempt to make you surrender the mission. But you won't. You can't. You were chosen for such a time as this. Heaven doesn't move according to noise. It moves according to obedience. And your obedience has been noticed, the way you kept showing up when no one understood. The way you forgave, prayed, and stood firm when you felt empty. Every silent act of faith became a weapon in the unseen. The darkness underestimated you. It thought the silence would silence you. But instead, it built strength. There's a shaking in the spirit realm, territories are being exchanged. Chains are breaking and mantles are being reassigned. The atmosphere is thick with divine activity. Angels are not idle, they are in motion, preparing the terrain for your arrival. And you, chosen one, are being called to step into alignment, to lift your gaze, to realize you are part of something eternal unfolding on earth. As the prophet Elijah spoke as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 18, verse 41. And Elijah said unto Ahab, Get thee up, eat and drink, for there is the sound of abundance of rain. Do you hear it, chosen one? That sound isn't thunder, it's promise. It's the echo of heaven announcing breakthrough. When Elijah heard the rain before seeing it, he wasn't guessing, he was discerning. That same spiritual frequency now vibrates through your being. You can feel it even if you can't yet explain it. The abundance is coming. The drought is ending. Right now. Heaven is aligning moments that seemed meaningless into a perfect mosaic. Every no you faced was protection, not rejection. Every closed door was a redirection. The hand of God is turning what once felt like failure into fuel for revelation. You are about to understand why the waiting had to be this long. The Holy Spirit whispers, prepare your heart. Friday isn't an event, it's a transition. The version of you that walks into that day will not be the same one that wakes up afterward. You are stepping from testing into transformation. So breathe, chosen one. The atmosphere may tremble, but your foundation stands firm. Heaven is about to reveal why it called your name. You were not chosen because of perfection, you were chosen because of purpose. Right here, in this divine pause, mark your agreement. Type these 3 simple words in the comments below. I receive it, not as habit, but as a prophetic act of faith. When you type those words, you're declaring to heaven and hell alike that you're aligned with what God is doing. You're saying, I may not see it yet, but I believe it. That's not superstition. It's symbolism, and heaven recognizes it. So type it with conviction. Let your fingers become instruments of prophecy. Every letter is a spark that ignites the atmosphere around you. Angels are drawn to faith the way light is drawn to flame. When you say, I receive it, you open the gates of your destiny. Chosen one, what seems like stillness is actually divine acceleration. You are being aligned with prophecy. The silence around you isn't emptiness, it's expectancy. God moves quietly before he moves publicly. The shaking you feel is the sound of victory approaching. Friday is coming, and your obedience in this season will prove it was never wasted. The heavens are leaning in. Chosen one. Every moment of stillness has been sacred preparation for what's about to erupt into motion. The ground beneath your feet is shifting. What once resisted you will soon recognize you. Keep your faith sharp and your heart steady. When the dawn of Friday arrives, you'll see why you had to endure the waiting. The silence will break, the vision will clarify, and heaven's rain will fall without restraint. Stay positioned, stay believing. The sound of abundance is no longer coming, it's here. Chosen one. Take a deep breath. You've come through fire and storm, through confusion and silence, and still, you're here. That alone is proof that grace has never left your side. You are being shaped for something extraordinary. Every scar on your heart is not a wound, it's a window. Through those openings, light has been entering you slowly, quietly, beautifully. What's happening now is not punishment, it's preparation. The world has been shifting under your feet because heaven is building something new within you. Every delay you've faced has been a divine setup for acceleration. You've been hidden so that when you rise, it won't be by accident, it will be by design. You may not have realized it yet, but your story has been speaking to others. Every time you refused to quit, every time you chose faith over fear, you became a living message. Your endurance is a sermon, your resilience a melody. Heaven has been writing through your life what no pen could record. And now, chosen one, the world is about to see what heaven already declared over you. The shift that began in silence will soon be visible to all. The same people who doubted you will one day say, surely the hand of God was upon them, as was spoken in the sacred texts of old, in the book of Psalms, chapter 126, verse 5. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Your sowing season has been long, hasn't it? The tears, the late nights, the prayers whispered when no one was there to hear them, they have not been wasted. Every tear watered the soil of your destiny. And now, the first green shoots of joy are breaking through the ground. Beloved, I want to speak from the heart. This space, these words are not about followers, fame, or attention. They are about faith, about keeping this light burning so that those walking in darkness can find their way home. You are part of something living, something breathing, something heaven keeps alive through hearts like yours. When you breathe oxygen into this flame. When you share, you send that flame leaping over walls and borders. When you subscribe, you plant your roots deeper into the soil of this growing light. These aren't mere clicks, they're living echoes of belief that ripple through eternity. But there's something even deeper. Keeping this flame alive takes faith, prayer, and sometimes a little oil, both spiritual and earthly. Every seed that's planted here goes into sustaining this voice, keeping the message flowing to the corners where hope is dying. If your heart feels led, not pushed, not pressured, but stirred like gentle rain upon dry soil, consider pouring a drop of your oil into this mission. Giving is not about amount, it's about intention. It's like adding oil to a lamp. Every drop, however small, keeps the fire burning for those still searching through the dark. Your donation is not payment, it's partnership. It says, I believe in light. It says, I want to keep the flame alive for the next wandering soul. Even the widow's 2 coins glowed brighter than gold because they were given with pure faith. This isn't obligation, it's invitation. Just as the rain doesn't demand payment to fall, the Spirit doesn't demand your offering, it only welcomes it. What matters is that you give from overflow, not from fear. Chosen one, you are part of a divine movement that stretches beyond screens and voices. It's a tapestry of souls awakening together. When you support, whether through a share, a kind word, a prayer, or a seed of giving, you become a co-builder in this work of light. Every act of love from every offering is a spark that keeps the lighthouse burning for those still lost at sea. Before this section closes, pause for a moment. Reflect on how far you've come. You've survived storms that would have broken others. You've carried burdens that made you stronger, wiser, softer. And now, you're part of something that helps others do the same. If these words have spoken to you, light a candle of connection like this message. Share it with another heart that needs hope, and subscribe to stay close to this divine current. And if your spirit feels moved, let your giving be like a drop of oil, small but sacred, freely offered, joyfully poured. Because together, chosen one, we're tending heaven's garden, one seed, one spark, one soul at a time. Every time you give, whether it's a word, a share, a prayer, or a seed, you become a heartbeat in heaven's rhythm. Your kindness travels farther than you'll ever know. Somewhere, someone will find light because you chose to keep the lamp burning. That's how revival spreads, one generous soul at a time. So lift your eyes. Chosen one, the same grace that carried you here is now flowing through you to others. You're not just part of a message, you're part of a movement. The light you help sustain today will guide countless hearts tomorrow. Keep the fire alive. Heaven is watching. Chosen one, something sacred is happening in the silence between your breaths. You may not see it yet, but heaven is tracing a new path beneath your feet. There's a quiet rearrangement in your atmosphere. Doors that once stayed shut are beginning to creak open, and the winds that once opposed you are now shifting in your favor. This is not imagination, it is divine motion. You are standing in the soft prelude before a great unveiling. Do you feel that stillness? That holy pause before change arrives? Heaven often moves in whispers before it moves in wonders. God is not late. He is precise. Every delay, every pause, every detour has been a divine calibration, preparing you to stand steady when the flood of blessing comes. You are not waiting for your season. Your season has been waiting for you to awaken to it. There are those who doubted you, those who labeled your silence as weakness. But what they didn't know is that heaven was training you in the shadows. You have been in the school of endurance, learning how to recognize God's hand even when it hides behind pain. You are not being tested anymore, you are being revealed. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. That's what's happening. Chosen one. Your eyes are beginning to see beyond the surface. Your ears are beginning to pick up heaven's frequency. You can sense the shift before it arrives. The veil between the seen and unseen is thinning, and revelation is pouring like dawn light through an open window. You might not have understood why you lost what you did, why people drifted away, or why the silence grew so heavy, but you're about to realize that God was never subtracting. He was selecting. He was removing what could not carry the next level of your calling. Every pruning has purpose. Every ending is the beginning of a holy unveiling. Chosen one, you are entering the threshold where destiny becomes visible. The ground beneath you is holy because it's where obedience met endurance. You survived the waiting, and now the waiting is about to serve you. The fog is lifting. The unseen is about to take form. But here's what heaven whispers now. Don't stand silent when your spirit feels the confirmation. Don't just listen, respond. The supernatural always responds to faith in motion. Your declaration is what seals your alignment. So in this sacred moment, I invite you to comment a prophetic number below 888. Why this number? Because it is heaven's symbol of new beginnings multiplied. It represents resurrection, renewal, and cycles completed. It's not a superstition. It's a symbol. When you type 888, you're declaring that the old has finished its course and something new is being birthed through you. You are saying, I agree with heaven's reset. Type it as an act of faith. Let it be your spiritual signature, your seal of expectation. When you do, you're not typing digits, you're releasing prophecy. The act itself carries resonance. It's your way of saying, I hear, I see, I'm ready. The enemy fears those who respond with faith, because response is how revelation becomes reality. The moment you act on a divine prompting, you give heaven legal permission to move in your life. That's why this moment matters. It's not about numbers, it's about agreement. Chosen one, take a moment and reflect on how far you've come. You are not standing in the same place you were a year ago, a month ago, or even yesterday. There's more clarity in your spirit, more weight in your words, more purpose in your steps. That's transformation, that's grace in motion. Heaven is not just watching you, it's working with you. Angels are rearranging paths you haven't even seen yet. God is aligning people, places, and timings for your next elevation. But He needs your participation. Faith that stays silent remains seed. Faith that speaks becomes harvest. So right now, lift your heart, whisper gratitude. And when you're ready, let your declaration echo through this digital space. Comment 888 as your prophetic act, as your sign that you are stepping into the new with courage and clarity. Remember, you're not responding to a video, you're responding to heaven's invitation. You're joining a movement of awakening souls who understand that prophecy requires participation. When you finish, lift your eyes. The world around you may look the same, but something within you has already shifted. The gates of revelation are open, and yes, you are walking through them. Every time you declare, heaven listens. The moment your words meet faith, they become keys that open unseen doors. You may not hear the lock turning yet, but something has already moved. Your declaration ripples through realms and angels begin their assignments on your behalf. Chosen one, lift your head. The sunrise of your new beginning is closer than it appears. The storm did not destroy you, it revealed you. Keep walking, keep believing, and let 888 be your banner of victory. The dawn of your destiny is already breaking through. Chosen one, the air feels different now. Can you sense it? The tension that once wrapped around your soul has started to loosen. The night that felt endless is beginning to fade into the pale light of dawn. You are standing in the quiet before manifestation, where heaven pauses for one last heartbeat before everything changes. There's something sacred about this moment. It is the kind of stillness that angels respect. The kind of calm that only comes when God has finished rearranging everything behind the scenes. For a long time, you felt stuck, didn't you? Like you were moving but not moving, so praying but hearing no reply. Yet now, your spirit knows something has shifted. It's not loud or dramatic, it's subtle but undeniable. You can feel heaven breathing again. This is where you learn that faith is not about noise or emotion. It's about recognition. It's about knowing that even when everything looks still, God is never inactive. The same way the seed works beneath the soil where no eyes can see, His promises have been germinating in the dark. The stillness was never emptiness, it was growth in disguise. You've walked through a valley of shadows, but you never walked alone. The pain you carried became your teacher. The silence became your sanctuary. The rejection you felt became redirection. And all of it, every unanswered prayer, every delay, every tear was God rewriting your path with precision. You didn't lose time, you gained preparation. Now, you are different. The same battles that once broke you have become proof of your strength. You have learned to listen to heaven's whispers while the world shouted confusion. You have learned the rhythm of divine timing, the patience to wait, the courage to stay, and the wisdom to move when God says, now, as the Word of God declares in the book of Psalms, chapter 46, verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. In that one verse, heaven gives the clearest instruction for this very moment. Be still. Not silent from fear, but still from faith. Still because you know that God's hands are steady even when yours tremble. Still because His plan is unfolding exactly as it should. Still because His name will be exalted through what once confused you. In this new season, peace will no longer feel like a stranger. You will begin to recognize it as your home. The chaos that used to control your thoughts will lose its voice. You'll wake up and realize that peace is not the absence of storms. It's the presence of divine stability within them. Chosen one, heaven wants you to understand something. Not everything that looks delayed is denied. Some doors don't open because they're not your size anymore. You've grown beyond them. What was once your dream may no longer fit the scale of your destiny, and God is not withholding, He's upgrading. You may not have everything you prayed for yet, but if you look closely, you'll realize you already have everything you need for the next step. The provision has been quiet but consistent. The people meant for your next season are already being positioned. The opportunities that align with your purpose are orbiting closer each day. This is the beauty of divine orchestration. You don't have to chase what's yours, it recognizes you. The promise has your name written on it, carved into the timeline of heaven. You won't have to compete or compare because what's ordained for you carries a frequency that only you can match. When it arrives, there will be peace, not pressure. You are entering a time where clarity will replace confusion. You will begin to understand why some prayers were answered with silence. It was mercy. You will look back and thank God for every closed door that didn't lead you astray. The truth is, unanswered prayers are often the greatest form of protection. The Spirit whispers, "Be still, for what I've begun in you is holy." That means you don't need to rush. You don't need to prove anything. You don't even need to defend your journey. Those who misunderstood your season of silence will soon see your season of evidence. The fruit will speak for itself. Chosen one, you've entered the part of your journey where faith feels like breathing, no longer forced, but natural. You're beginning to see with new eyes, not the anxious ones that feared the unknown, but the steady eyes of someone who knows they are guided. You're no longer walking toward purpose, you're walking in it. There will still be storms, there will still be noise, but this time, they won't shake you. You've been built to withstand them. You've learned that your peace is not a fragile thing, it's a weapon. It's how you win battles without fighting. The greatest power you carry now is your calm, not the silence of defeat, but the stillness of authority. You've learned that heaven doesn't need to shout to be heard. Sometimes, the loudest victory is quiet endurance. So take this moment and rest. Not the kind of rest that means giving up, but the kind that says, "It is done." You don't need to chase what's already written. You only need to align and trust. Because soon, you'll look around and realize that everything you prayed for has quietly taken its place. Not with fanfare or noise, but with peace. The promise will arrive not as a shout, but as a whisper. This is what you were waiting for. And when it comes, you'll know it was always worth it. Chosen one, do you feel it? The atmosphere around you has changed. The air feels charged with quiet promise, as though heaven itself is leaning closer, waiting to see what you'll do next. The light that once flickered uncertainly inside you has grown steadier, stronger, like a flame learning to trust its own heat. You've walked through long nights, but the dawn is here. Every step you've taken to get here has meaning. Every prayer, every tear, every whispered "I still believe" was counted. Heaven has been watching your journey, not as an observer, but as a companion. The same presence that stood beside you in the valley now walks beside you toward the mountaintop. It is written in the book of Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, "And let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart." You, chosen one, are entering that season, the one heaven whispered about while you were still in the waiting room of life. You are standing at the edge of fulfillment, and even now, angels are weaving threads of purpose around your name. The harvest you sowed in tears is coming up green, but I want to tell you something softly light. No matter how bright, still needs tending. Flames survive because someone cares enough to feed them. The same is true for this space, for the words that reach you, the voice that carries them, and the unseen team of hearts that keep it alive. This message doesn't exist because of algorithms or chance. It exists because of hearts that believe in spreading light. When you like this message, it's more than a tap, it's you striking a match. When you share it, it's like passing that match to another soul shivering in darkness. And when you subscribe, you're helping build a lighthouse that keeps shining. Even when storms rage, this light grows stronger when hearts move together. Every small act, every yes, every amen, every seed sown keeps the flame alive for those still searching for hope. I want to speak to your heart, not your wallet. Because giving, real giving, isn't about money, it's about meaning. It's about joining hands with something greater than yourself and saying, "I want to help carry the light." If you ever feel led, not pushed, not persuaded, but gently led to pour a drop of your oil into this flame, do it as worship, not obligation. Every gift, no matter how small, becomes part of the oil that keeps this lamp burning. Some give through prayer, some through sharing, some through offering, and heaven values them all the same. Think of it this way. Every word that reaches you is like a beam of light sent across the dark. But even a lighthouse needs care. It needs someone to refill the oil, someone to keep the lens clean, someone who believes it's worth the effort because a single traveler might find their way home by that glow. When you give, you're not just donating, you're joining a circle of light. You're adding your flame to a gathering of souls who've decided that darkness won't win on their watch. You're saying, I will not let the light fade. If your spirit ever nudges you to give, follow that peace. Let it be your heart's quiet yes. There is no pressure here, only invitation. Like rain falling gently on a field. Your offering doesn't demand attention, it just brings life. And to those who can't give in this season, hear this: your presence is still part of the miracle. Your prayers, your engagement, your faith, they matter more than you know. Every like is a spark, every share is a bridge, every subscription is a brick in this house of light. You are not just a listener, you are a co-creator. You are one of the reasons this message keeps reaching the lost, the weary, and the forgotten. So pause for a moment and feel that truth settle in your heart. You're part of something divine. Heaven has always worked through willing hearts, never forced ones. When you choose to support, to stand, to shine, it's worship. It's love in motion. Chosen one, thank you for being here, for showing up, for listening, for believing that the world still needs voices of hope. The journey isn't over, in fact, it's only just beginning. There are more hearts to awaken, more souls to heal, more nights to turn into mornings. If this message has stirred something in you, if it has whispered light into your darkness, let your gratitude ripple outward. Like this message, share it forward. Subscribe to stay in the rhythm of revelation. And if your heart feels led, sow into this light, not as a transaction, but as transformation. Because when you give, you don't just keep a message alive, you keep miracles in motion. Every flame that stays alive does so because someone chose to protect it. And that someone, right now, could be you. Whether through prayer, sharing, or a seed of support, your touch keeps the light warm for another wandering heart. This is how heaven multiplies miracles through willing hands, not forced ones. Chosen one, can you feel the tension in the air? It's that strange stillness before breakthrough, the moment when heaven holds its breath because something sacred is about to unfold. You've come too far to turn back now. The darkness that tried to bury you didn't realize you were a seed. And what's growing from your pain is stronger than anyone expected. You've been misunderstood, isolated, and stretched beyond your limits. But look at you, you're still standing. Every silent night and every unanswered prayer became part of the foundation beneath your feet. Heaven saw every struggle, and now the balance is shifting. You are about to witness divine reversal, where everything that once pressed against you begins to propel you forward. Do not mistake this calm for inactivity. God often works his greatest miracles in stillness. While the world rushes, he orchestrates. While others chase recognition, he prepares revelation. The quiet moments are where he hides his deepest treasures. And you, chosen one, are one of them. As it was revealed in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. This is the moment that verse speaks of. The call to rise isn't about standing taller, it's about shining brighter. It's time to stop shrinking to fit places you've outgrown. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to illuminate. You are the lighthouse in someone else's storm. The answered prayer wrapped in human form. When God says arise, He's not just commanding movement, He's declaring identity. He's saying, you're not who you were in the waiting. You're who I shaped you to be in the wilderness. The very fire that tried to destroy you has refined you into something unshakable. You might feel weary, but there's new oil being poured out upon you. The strength you thought was gone is being restored. The peace you feared you lost is returning. And soon, those who once questioned your silence will hear the sound of your transformation. Chosen one, there is something powerful about declaration. The heavens respond when faith becomes sound. You've stayed quiet long enough, surviving in silence. But now, heaven is calling you to speak, to release, to participate. This is the moment to echo what your spirit already knows, that you are ready for what's coming. So right now, in this holy pause, I want you to type 3 simple words below I am rising, not because someone told you to, but because your spirit agrees. These words are not just text on a screen, they are alignment. When you write them, you're doing what Isaiah said arising. You are declaring to heaven, to your future, and even to your past, that you're stepping out of hiding. I am rising means you refuse to stay in old identities. It means you're choosing to see yourself the way God sees you, whole, chosen, radiant. It's a line drawn in the sand, a holy act of rebellion against doubt. When you say it, you break the agreement with every voice that said you couldn't make it. Type it with conviction. Say it out loud if you can. Feel the authority in it. The universe recognizes voices that speak from truth, and yours carries the frequency of heaven. Angels move at the sound of belief, not desperation. When you say, I am rising, you're not begging, you're proclaiming. And this proclamation ripples far beyond you. Somewhere out there, another soul who feels lost might stumble across your comment and find hope again. You never know whose flame your courage might reignite. That's how revival begins, not from pulpits or platforms, but from people who dare to believe again. Chosen one, this is your awakening moment. You've spent enough time surviving, it's time to emerge. The doors that once refused to open are about to swing wide, not because you knocked harder, but because your presence now carries divine weight. You don't need to push, your alignment does the opening. Do you feel it? The shift in your chest, that's the sound of heaven's timing clicking into place. You were never late, you were just being calibrated. Every detour was destiny in disguise. Every delay was God's way of ensuring that when you rose, you'd rise in fullness, not fragments. You are ready, even if you don't feel it yet. Read that again, you are ready. The same fire that purified you now lights your path forward. And as you move, light follows you. Your words will heal. Your presence will calm storms, and your faith will unlock doors for others. So, as the atmosphere thickens with divine expectancy, stand tall, lift your chin, let the world see what heaven already celebrates. Type it below. I am rising, not as a chant, but as a covenant. Because when you do, the heavens record it. The sound echoes into eternity as heaven's affirmation, yes, they are. Chosen one, your time is not coming, it's here. The light has already risen and it bears your reflection. Walk in it. Chosen one, there is a silence that speaks louder than thunder. It's the kind of silence that comes not from emptiness, but from completion, when heaven finishes a chapter and waits for you to notice the turning of the page. That's where you are now, standing in the soft afterglow of divine construction. The noise of building has stopped because the foundation is finished. You've walked through storms that shook everything familiar. You've carried questions that never found their answers. Yet somehow, through it all, you didn't break. You bent, but you didn't snap. You wept, but you didn't drown. You doubted, but you never stopped walking. And now, heaven smiles upon you because endurance has done its work. You have become steady. The silence you hear now is not abandonment, it's promotion. When God stops speaking loudly, it's because He trusts you to move with what He already said. It's like a teacher stepping back when the student begins to understand the lesson. You've passed through the tests, and now you carry the kind of wisdom that only wilderness seasons can birth. Every scar you bear is holy evidence of survival. They are not marks of shame, they are signatures of grace. Each one tells the story of nights you thought you wouldn't make it but did. You have become the proof that God's promises are not fragile. You are the living testimony that even in silence, He was speaking through strength, as the Word of God reveals in the second letter to Timothy. Chapter 4, verse 7, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. That verse isn't just a declaration. It's your reflection. You fought the invisible wars, those that never made headlines but shaped your heart. You finished battles no one clapped for, but heaven documented every moment. The applause you didn't hear on earth echoed in eternity. Chosen one. Peace is starting to replace pain. The sharp edges of yesterday's memories are softening. The heaviness that once clung to your spirit is beginning to lift. You're learning that forgiveness is freedom, that letting go isn't losing. And that peace often feels strange only because you've lived too long without it. It's a strange transition, isn't it? You've been fighting for so long that rest almost feels unfamiliar. You keep looking for a storm because you've forgotten how to live without one. But this stillness, this quiet, is the miracle you prayed for. You don't have to brace for impact anymore. The ground beneath you is safe. The season of surviving is over. You are stepping into the season of thriving. Take a deep breath. Feel the air in your lungs, the rhythm of life that refuses to quit. That's grace. That's evidence that you're still chosen, still needed, still held. Every heartbeat is heaven whispering, you're not done yet. There are still songs to be sung, still words to be spoken, still dreams to unfold. You've been refined in fire, and now you are gold. The people who left, the moments that broke you, the doors that closed, they were not curses, they were chisels, shaping your purpose. You had to walk alone so that when you arrived here, you'd recognize the difference between attention and anointing. This peace is not fragile. It won't vanish when life gets loud again. You've learned to anchor yourself in something deeper than emotion, truth. Truth that says you are loved, guided, and guarded. Truth that says your destiny cannot be delayed by human hands. Truth that says God's yes is stronger than the world's no. And now, heaven prepares you for the next unfolding. Not another storm, but another stage. Not another battle, but another blessing. You've proven faithful in the unseen, and that means you are ready for visibility. But this time, it won't feel like striving, it will feel like alignment. Doors will open because your name now carries weight in the spirit. Chosen one. What's ahead is not the reward for your effort, it's the fruit of your endurance. You didn't earn this season, you grew into it. Heaven doesn't hand out blessings like prizes, it entrusts them to those who can protect them. And you, after everything, have become trustworthy. So walk slowly now. No need to rush. Let peace lead the way. Notice how time feels different when you're no longer anxious. Notice how your mind has room to dream again. This is restoration. This is what healing looks like. It doesn't arrive with fireworks, it settles like sunlight through morning mist. The same spirit that comforted you in the dark is now clothing you with light. The same hands that carried you through chaos are now crowning you with calm. You are the evidence that storms don't end stories, they reveal survivors. Stay in this peace, chosen one. Guard it. Let it anchor you when the world spins fast again. You are walking into days that match your worth, into moments that recognize your name. You don't have to chase what's already aligned with you. Just keep breathing, keep believing, and let heaven finish what it started. Because what's coming next won't demand your fight, it will confirm your faith. Chosen one, you have come so far. Do you realize that the road behind you glows faintly with the light of every moment you refuse to give up? You didn't just survive the storms, you learned to dance with the rain. Every scar now tells a story of endurance and grace, and heaven smiles when it looks upon the strength you carry. You stand now in the middle of a divine unfolding. The old season is closing like a sunset, and a new dawn rises before you, gentle, golden, full of promise. The weight that pressed against you is lifting. The confusion that clouded your path is clearing. God is aligning the details quietly, perfectly, just as He promised He would. As the Word of God reminds us in the book of James, chapter 1, Verse 12, blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love Him. You, chosen one, have persevered. You stood when it would have been easier to fall. You loved when your heart was breaking. You believed when logic said not to, and now, heaven is crowning that faith not with gold or jewels, but with peace, wisdom, and new strength. But peace, like a flame, must be tended. The light you feel right now, this connection, this calm is not fragile, but it needs care. And that care comes through hearts like yours. Every time you like, every time you share, every time you subscribe, you are breathing oxygen into a fire that warms countless souls. These small acts don't just help the message grow, they help it reach someone standing where you once stood, searching for a sign that they are not alone. Think of it like this: every like is a spark in the darkness, every share is a bridge over despair, and every subscription is a thread that strengthens this divine tapestry we're weaving together. You're not just a listener, you're part of the mission itself. And if ever your spirit feels gently led, not pushed, not pressured to give, to pour a drop of oil into this light, do it with joy. Your donation is not a price, it's a prayer in motion. It says, let the flame keep burning. It's like adding wood to a campfire on a cold night so that others can gather. Find warmth, and remember what hope feels like. This isn't about money, it's about meaning. It's about saying, I believe in keeping light alive. Some give through finances, others through prayer, others through simply showing up faithfully, and heaven values each act the same. God looks not at the size of the offering, but at the love behind it. There's a story being written right now, and you are part of it. Every gesture of kindness becomes another line in heaven's journal of faith. The comment you leave may encourage someone on the edge of surrender. The share you make could bring peace to a stranger's midnight. The seed you sow could sustain the voice that reaches thousands still waiting to hear the truth you've already found. When you give, think of it as watering a garden that belongs to God. The soil is sacred, the harvest eternal. Every drop, every seed, every whisper of faith adds life to something that's bigger than either of us. The flowers that bloom will feed hearts you may never meet, but heaven will remember your touch. You don't have to give if you don't feel led. There's no guilt here, no pressure, no demand. The kingdom of God doesn't operate on force, it breathes through willingness. And willingness is a form of worship. If your heart ever stirs, let it be a quiet yes, not out of obligation, but out of overflow. Chosen one, your presence here already means something. Just being part of this flow of light is an act of partnership. When you show up, when you listen, when you reflect, that's giving too. And heaven sees it all. So as you rest in this moment, let gratitude rise within you. Feel how your spirit expands when you realize you're not alone in this. You're part of a living network of souls carrying the same flame, the same message, the same hope. If this message has spoken to you, let it ripple outward. Like this message, share it forward. Subscribe to stay connected to the unfolding light. And if your spirit feels led, sow into this space not to buy a blessing, but to keep the beacon burning for another wandering heart. You are not just a receiver, you are a keeper of light. And through you, heaven continues to speak. Because when the chosen ones rise together, darkness doesn't stand a chance. Every spark you help sustain becomes part of a constellation, each gift, each prayer, each act of faith turning night into something beautiful. That's how light multiplies, not in noise, but in quiet hearts, choosing to keep shining. The world needs your glow. Chosen one, keep tending the flame. Chosen one, breathe deeply and feel how the atmosphere has changed. It's no longer heavy, it's expectant. The winds around your spirit have shifted from resistance to release. You're standing in the center of a divine reversal. Everything that once worked against you is now working for you. Heaven has turned the page. You've walked through valleys and climbed unseen mountains. You've cried prayers that felt unanswered. Yet here you are, still breathing, still believing, still chosen. The world may not know the cost of your endurance, but heaven has recorded every step. There is no wasted pain in your story, only preparation wrapped in disguise. As the voice of God thundered in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 8. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. You have walked long enough with shadows chasing your heels. But hear this clearly. Chosen one. The shadows can't follow you into the dawn. What's coming next isn't a repeat of the old battles, it's a completely new rhythm. The same God who went before you in hardship is now walking beside you in fulfillment. Something in the unseen has shifted. Angels have rearranged their stations. Timelines have been rewritten in your favor. What was once blocked is beginning to open, not because of effort, but because of alignment. You have matured into your next level, and heaven is responding to that maturity with movement. This season carries a sound, and only the chosen can hear it. It's the frequency of acceleration, the soft hum that says, now, not someday, not soon, now. Everything that has slept beneath your prayers is stirring awake. Dreams long buried are stretching their arms toward the light again. The waiting was not punishment, it was protection. Chosen one, heaven is asking you to mark this moment with faith. You've been listening quietly, receiving deeply, and now it's time to respond. Because faith isn't only what we believe, it's what we declare. And your declaration, spoken or written, carries divine authority. So right now, in this sacred pause, I invite you to comment a prophetic number below 44444. Why 44444? Because it represents divine establishment, the solid foundation of heaven's order manifesting in your life. It's not about numerology, it's about symbolism. It's a way of saying, God, I'm ready for what you're building in me. It marks a season where your steps are being made firm, your path made straight, and your spirit made unshakable. When you type 444444, you're aligning yourself with the structure of heaven, the stability, the balance, the strength. You're saying, my house is being set in order. My spirit stands on solid ground. This is not superstition, it's declaration. You're giving heaven something to confirm. Type it as a whisper of agreement, not as a command. Let it rise from your spirit like incense, quiet, sincere, powerful. Because when faith moves through action, heaven responds through acceleration. The act is simple, but its echo reaches far. And when you do, pause for a moment. Let your heart feel the truth of it. The foundations are being laid under your feet even now. You're not walking blindly anymore. You're walking on sacred structure, on promises that cannot collapse. Chosen one, don't underestimate this moment. What you're stepping into is not another cycle, it's completion. You've gone through testing, refining, waiting, and now, heaven calls this phase established. The promises that once felt distant are settling into place. Feel that weight lifting off your shoulders. That's the sound of alignment. The things you used to strive for will now begin to seek you. You've become magnetic to what belongs to you, not because of effort, but because of readiness. The season of proving yourself is over. The season of walking in purpose has begun. Every part of your journey has mattered. The loneliness, the silence, the confusion, they were the tools that carved capacity into your spirit. And now, that capacity is being filled. The same hands that once pruned you are now planting fruit in your branches. What was empty will overflow. What was delayed will arrive right on time. Heaven wants this moment remembered, not for emotion but for evidence. Evidence that you believed even when you couldn't see. Evidence that your faith outlasted fear. Evidence that your alignment was stronger than your anxiety. So type 4 below. Chosen one, not as ritual but as remembrance. Let it stand as a monument of faith, a sign that you've crossed the threshold into stability. Because from here on, you will build differently. You will love differently. You will live differently. You are no longer reacting to life, you are creating it with God. You are not just surviving the plan, you are partnering with it. And that partnership will make you unshakable. The winds will still blow, but they will only strengthen your roots. The storms will still come, but they will reveal your foundation. You are being established mind, spirit, and purpose. Heaven calls you builder now. So stand tall, breathe deep, and type 4 with conviction. The ground beneath your feet is holy, and it's finally steady. Chosen one, this is where the message pauses, not ends. What has been spoken was never meant to be just words echoing through a screen. It was meant to awaken something ancient, something soft and powerful within you, the knowing that you were never forgotten, never forsaken, never ordinary. If any part of this message has settled quietly in your heart, if a sentence, a breath, or a single phrase found its way to a hidden place inside you, then let it stay there. Let it grow roots. Let it whisper to you when the world grows loud again. Not everything sacred needs to be shared. Some revelations are meant to bloom in silence. But if what you've heard today has stirred hope, if it has reminded you that you are chosen and seen, then maybe someone else needs that reminder too. Maybe your share becomes their turning point. Your voice becomes their sign. Your light becomes the one that leads them out of the dark. You don't owe this message to anyone, but light rarely hides itself. So if your heart feels led, let it travel. Pass it forward gently, like a candle offered from one hand to another. You never know which soul is waiting for that flicker to remind them that God still speaks and still heals, still calls. And if not, hold it close. Carry the warmth quietly. Let it become your secret conversation with heaven. Because sometimes the greatest gift is not what we share, but what we keep sacred, alive, and personal within us. Whatever you choose, do it with peace. That's all heaven ever asks.